I'm Issa Yolamo, and for my 20 time, I chose to write a page-long piece to play for solo and ensemble this spring. So when I get home, I usually shower and play some games to wind down, but I had to cut my game time way short to even be able to write. My alarm became my enemy. The materials needed to compose are a music notation software. I use MuseScore because it's free, a heck of a lot of time, and more patience than humanly possible. You could compose on paper, but unless you have perfect pitch or a master at piano, it's really difficult. The steps of composing are trying to come up with a new idea for new music, writing down said music while having a battle with the software, listening to it while judging yourself and your work, revising any wacky bits that sound weird, and repeating that process over and over again until you have a final product. If I have any ideas in the first place, I write them down because you might lose them real quickly, but while having a battle against a notation software, of course. Anyway, the software is to write down your ideas, the extensive time is to think of new ideas and to input each note one at a time, and the patience is to maintain sanity or if the software is a total jerk to you. Anyone can compose, but it's usually better if you can read music. My biggest setbacks were trying to think of new music in the first place. There's already been so much music that has been written. I had to listen to other pieces for inspiration, but I didn't want to necessarily copy them, so it was really difficult to actually make something up on my own. But of course, that's if you ever get an idea. The majority of composing is waiting for an idea to arrive. I learned that this process can be really long and boring, but I found out that the final product is always worth the work and wait. It's difficult to take other music as inspiration because there's a risk of writing something too similar. So instead, music tends to come from emotion. My piece sounds more tense because I was stressed during the weeks I wrote it, but if I had written music during a time like Christmas or summer, it would be more frivolous or more relaxed. Once you listen to a lot of instrumental music, you hear the stories and emotions attached to them, which is the beautiful thing about music. A lot of people don't listen to classical or instrumental music because it's lame or old or doesn't have any words, but these pieces actually have a story instead of just talking about breakups and one-night stands. I was not able to get a full cohesive page, but I got most of a page that can be played well. My flute teacher is also a composer, and she and I are going to continue working on this piece outside of this project. I wanted this project to bring me happiness in the long term since I want to write music for movies and games as my career. This was my last push to finally try and make something on my own after procrastinating for so long, to potentially take bigger leaps like composing for orchestras and small groups. For true happiness, I learned that it takes a lot of time and effort to achieve it, and I mean a lot if you really want to do well. Nothing, even the pinnacle of joy like buying a mansion, is brought to you on a silver platter. So after several hours of working on this very slowly, I finally closed down to go to bed. But before I finish up this video, we might as well take a listen to what I actually ended up writing.